Yeah, and it was just very, very easy. It wasn't like I was thinking, okay, I'll have to put them in a campaign and nurture them and send them emails and text messages. And when someone calls me from a YouTube video, they feel like they already know who I am because they've watched my videos, they've heard my voice.
And that's the best feeling, right? You don't have to play this complex game of nurturing them, checking in on them. It's just, right, you want to go home? I got you.
Again, if I go in there and do a good job for them, and just picking up one or two more or finding a buyer that wants to come into that neighborhood, that's amazing.
Hello, everyone. This is Ryan, the founder at Consistent Listings, or co-founder, I should say. And today I'm excited to interview one of my recent successful clients, Casey, who was able to go from, spending quite a lot of money on Facebook ads and doing his own marketing to now getting listings or listing on a consistent basis with YouTube ads. He's joined me today, and we're going to talk more about how he was able to do that. And that's most of my intro. Thank you for joining me here, Casey.
Thanks for having me.
Cool, perfect. Okay, just to open up the floor a little bit, Casey, if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, what do you do in terms of what market you service, and we'll just go from there.
Okay, well, my name's Casey, and I'm a realtor here in Southern California. I've been doing real estate now for about 10 or 12 years. It's a really highly competitive market here in Southern California. We've got tons and tons of realtors. So trying to get listings has been a very challenging thing for me so far. So, and I've invested a lot of money trying different programs and different marketing methods, including Facebook and postcards and mailings and open houses. I've tried a lot of different things with a little bit of success here and there, but I really wanted to meet and work with somebody who could try to get me more consistent listings and get me in front of people that could help grow my business.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. And you're saying like listings was kind of like a struggle. Could you go like into more detail of what you actually tried to get listings, like just the type of programs you did and the type of systems you tried to run? Like what did you try to make work?
When I first started, the broker I worked for just recommended your typical traditional methods. They wanted us to go out and do open houses every week. Even if we didn't have a listing, they promoted us to use another agent's listing within the office and do their open houses to try to find buyers. And I did that for quite a while, and I would pick up buyers from that. But then I also thought, well, I need to get on the listing side. So I tried door knocking in the neighborhoods around the listings and tried to introduce myself and get my face out there. I invested some money and tried direct marketing with every door direct mail postcards and trying to saturate an area and get my face out that way as well. It just seemed like there were so many other agents who were already entrenched in those neighborhoods that trying to come in as the new person and take over a portion of that business was really, really challenging. And then I thought, well, I need to get more into the technology side. So I really did invest a lot of time and money to try to learn Facebook ads. And over a year period, I couldn't even remember how much I spent. It was way too much. And I got to the point where I could run ads and I could generate leads, but these leads were so far out from being ready to buy a home, and none of them were going to sell a home. It was all just buyers. And I just spent so much time chasing these people and trying to follow up and trying to build rapport with them that it just got frustrating and very, very expensive.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah. So you did like pretty much the whole spectrum of lead generation things.
I have. I didn't do cold calling as much as they wanted me to try. I can say, though, with my personality, I just was not a cold caller. I took it very personal. I would call people and they would just get upset and they would hang up, or they would use, profanity and then hang up. But it was very, very disheartening. So I didn't put a lot of effort into that one.
Yeah, cold calling, you need some tough skin for sure.
Yeah, that one was not for me.
Me and you both. But no, I got you. Okay, so before joining, our program, what was like the biggest problem or thing you had going on with the business?
Just not having any consistency. I would have some months where I would do really well, and I would close 2 or 3 deals, and I would feel really energized that things were going in the right direction. But just that same momentum, as quickly as it would come, could also turn the other way, and then you could have 2 or 3 months of nothing, and just working and showing houses and trying to generate business and seeing no results. And it really did feel like the typical roller coaster ride, where it was highs and then lows and then highs and then lows. And it just weighs on you after a while. It starts messing with your mind and how you feel about things. And I just wanted to try to level it out. I wanted to get some consistency.
Yeah, and that's the biggest leap you take when becoming an agent, right? Or being in an entrepreneur space, is just, it's constant oscillations, up, down, up, down, up, down, where you don't, like we were talking about earlier, there's no consistent salary unless you have systems in place to make that work, right? I think I remember with Harry, actually, on the initial call you had, he was telling me that you did like 7 days a week, and it was just so unpredictable.
Yeah, I pretty much work every day. And I realized that, a lot of people are at regular full-time jobs, so they're not available until the evenings or the weekends. So I would just made myself available whenever they were available. And that kind of turned into just working pretty much every day. And then you just get in that cycle of just constantly working and not taking time away from it, and stepping back and spending time with your family or with your friends, or just taking a breath and recharging yourself a little bit.
Got you. Yeah, it can definitely get exhausting, and that's the thing with this game, is like, you are the business. If you pause, the business pauses. So not having a system in place, or having something that works in the background, it can be tough. It can be tough for sure. Okay, I got that. And Casey, what made you choose to work with us specifically over other programs or companies?
Well, in the last couple of years, I've tested the water with YouTube videos. And so I created a channel with and posting content, just organic content, geared towards some of the 55 and older communities where I live. And it's a very slow process of growing, but I saw huge potential in it. I saw how people that were searching for agents or looking to buy or sell a home were on Google, and they were searching. And I thought, okay, there's something to this. And I've been able to grow my organic channel, and I've gotten business from it, but it was very, very slow. And it even to this day, it's still slow. I do get business, and I've met some great people. And when someone calls me from a YouTube video, they feel like they already know who I am, because they've watched my videos, they've heard my voice, they've heard me telling stories about my wife and I and how we live here too. And I just kept thinking, there's got to be a way to use YouTube and use it to my advantage, where I could get in front of these people a little bit quicker. And that's when I came across you guys, and you guys have a system that's able to do that. And I was very intrigued by it, and I thought, okay, I could see how this could work. And so I really wanted to learn more about it. So I think you guys are on the right track. I think you're able to put agents like myself in front of people when they're actually online searching and thinking about buying a home or selling a home. And the selling the home is the really difficult one to kind of get your thumb on. I can get buyers all the time, but trying to find a seller has been really hard. But the way you guys promote it and are able to post ads and video and ads together, it's a very powerful thing.
For sure. The online space, as you know, right? You've dabbled in YouTube, and you've had like we've had this conversation where the buyers that you're getting from your YouTube organic, they're hot, aren't they? They're ready to go. They're pretty warm, and that's the power of the online space, right? It
really is. It's night and day different from any other kind of lead I've ever come across. People will call me and they'll say, God, I've been watching your videos for 6 months. I've been watching your videos for a year. And when they call, it's almost like we've been friends for a year. Like, they already seem like they know about my family and my wife and my dog, and because they've heard it over and over again. And so when they call, it's not like I'm trying to sell them on using me. They usually call me and say, could you help us find a house? Do you have time to work with us? And it's like the roles have been reversed. Instead of me trying to sell myself and convince them to use me, they're calling and asking, hey, do you have any time to help us? We're going to be in town, or we're looking for a house by you. Could you help us? And it just made it so much easier.
It's night and day. I'm curious because you're on the position where you can look at organic versus paid ads. How long did it take you to get your YouTube organic to a point where you're getting calls like that?
I didn't get any calls, I would say, in the first 8 or 9 months doing organic. And then I got my first one, and it kind of gave me that rejuvenation. I'm just starting my 3rd year of doing it, and I've closed several deals from it so far this year. In fact, I think I've closed 4. And it seems like every year that goes by, it just kind of grows and grows and grows. And I think over time, if I stay consistent, that will continue to grow.
Of course.
But not nearly at the pace that I would like it to grow. And even if I did more videos every week, I don't think it would grow as quickly as the paid ads that you guys are doing.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about as well, was just everyone has this like, which one do I do? Paid ads, organic. And I want to flip that on the paid ads, right? So it took, what was it, 8 to 9 months?
I think probably 9 months from my first lead. But by the time they actually were ready to come out and look at homes, it was a little over a year before I actually closed the deal from the organic side. So that was, it was good, and it was a win, but it was a lot of work too, and it was a lot of time to get to that point.
There's a lot of front-loaded work. And then comparing that to the YouTube ad side, the seller side, if you don't mind giving us the...
Yeah, and night and day different. When you guys put those ads on, I started seeing activity almost right away. And, within 20 days, I had received a call from a couple who live not far from me. They're in my target area, in the price range that's, very, very good for me, who called and said that they had seen my ad several times. They were a little nervous and they weren't really sure what they wanted to do, but they kept seeing it and they kept seeing it. And they said, God, we just felt like we kind of knew you. And it was the same kind of feel that I got from the organic side. Was they'd already heard my voice. So when I talked to them the very first time, they were like, oh, we feel like we already know you. And, we really need to sell our house. And I don't know if you're too busy, but could you come over tomorrow and take a look and let us know what you think? And I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you mentioned, I didn't know if you're too busy. That's the authority that YouTube has. But and you mentioned that they actually asked you to come over to their house rather than you pitching it.
Yeah, I don't use scripts and I don't use, that angle. I try to just talk to people and kind of find out what their needs are. And as we were just talking back and forth, they explained that they were first-time grandparents, but they're 3 hours away from their new grandbaby, and they were just so motivated to move, and they're ready to go. They want to move yesterday, and so they said, we want to get our home ready. We want to make sure it's prepared and ready to go. We really would love if you would come over and give us your recommendations of what we should do before we put it up for sale, but we're ready for you to sell our house. And so that was just, like I said, just an amazing feeling. And I went the next day. We had an appointment. I talked to them for probably an hour and a half at their home, and they were more than willing to sign a listing agreement that night, and we're ready to go.
Man, yeah, I love it. I love it. And as like a results focused company, when you sent us that message, I'm not sure where I was. I think I was in Spain somewhere, and I just started screaming because of how I was. Yeah, to see you just to see you win with that is just, it means the world. That's the biggest thing for us, for sure.
Yeah, and it was just very, very easy. It wasn't like I was thinking, okay, I'll have to put them in a campaign and nurture them and send them emails and text messages. And I don't think I've sent them a single email or text message. I called them on the phone. They asked me to come over. I came over. I brought the listing agreement, but I wasn't really going to push the issue because I just met them. But they actually asked me if I had one because they were ready to sign. Yeah. So and like I said, it's a $750,000 home. It's going to end up being about a $15,000 commission. They're very realistic on the value and the price. So I'm confident I can get it sold for them very quickly.
And that's the best feeling, right? You don't have to play this complex game of nurturing them, checking in on them. It's just, right, you want to sell your home? I got you. Home sold.
Yeah. And she even told me, she said, it's just funny. She goes, she was kind of spiritual. And she said, I don't know if someone's looking over on me or not. She says, but I needed to sell my house because I want to go spend time with my grandbaby. And all of a sudden, I started seeing your ads and I kept seeing your face and you kept saying, I can help you sell your home and get you, top dollar for your home. And I have ideas. I can help you get your home prepared to sell so you can make sure you make the most money. And she says, I kept telling my husband, we have to call Casey. We have to call him and have him come over here. And that's what they did. And so, boy, it takes all that pressure off where you can just go be yourself, go give them some advice and help them. And then we're going to have their home on the market by the end of this week. So it's really good.
Nice. I mean, that just warms my heart. And that's what we do this for, genuinely, to change that. Because I can get into a rabbit hole there, but it's just amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
It is nice that your system is able, and again, I don't know the power or how you guys do it, and that's why I work with you guys, because I'm getting older myself, and I don't have the time or the skills to learn what you guys are doing on your end, but I see what you're doing, and it's very powerful, and you're getting my face and my videos in front of the right people at the right time, and that's. I couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Nice. I love it. And personally, on your side now, like having a system like that, which you know is going to be predictable, how is that personally going to change your life with getting these results in?
Yeah, it just takes the pressure off me. I can relax a little bit. I can take a little step back. But I also see it as another opportunity because that area where that house is, there's a pretty good turnover rate. So if I do some more marketing in that area and do some just listed and just sold postcards and I leverage that, I can see myself getting 2 or 3 more pieces of business from this one.
That's the best thing. And I was going to mention it, but I thought let's just keep it strictly to the result. Now you have the potential. You've got someone into your sphere who you didn't know before. And the quote, as the saying goes, is like one person to transact with you 6 times, sure. Whether that be their friends and family, another home that they're selling, just like you should get 6 transactions with one person, right?
Right. And this couple knows a lot of people in that little community. And I look at it like, okay, if I go over there and I do a really good job, people are going to hear my name. They're going to see my name. They're going to hear good things about me from this couple because they're really good people and people in that neighborhood really like them and respect them. So if I do my job right and I treat them right and I do a good job for them, I have no doubt that's going to turn into more business.
That's the best news. Yeah. And it does seem like the odds are in your favor there. Now, a couple more questions. And one of them is, where do you think you would be today if you haven't had joined this program?
I would still be doing my organic videos because it's the one thing I can do and try to keep my costs down. It's like I can make videos for free. I record them in my home, but it's not going to allow me to grow at the pace I'd like to go. And I wouldn't be doing the same number of transactions either. So I wanted to do more business, and you guys have me on track to do more business. Nice. So. And that's a huge win.
Oh man, I love it. Okay, Casey, and just to round things off now, imagine that there's someone watching this video right now and they're on the fence about booking a call to speak with us or the team about the program. What would you say to them?
I've been doing this, like I said, for 10 or 12 years now. I've met some good people and I've met some not so good people. And I've met some people that were very anxious to take my money and make big promises that never came through. And I think when I first talked to you guys, I think you could hear that skepticism in my voice. That's like, man, I've been down this path before. And, I took a chance and then I lost a lot of money and I set myself further and further behind. But you guys had a very clear plan on what you could do for me if I did certain things. If I record my videos and I get information to you that you needed to make my ads, you would take it from there and run with it. And that's exactly what you guys have done so far. You guys have held up your end of the bargain 1,000%. And I appreciate that. And like I said, you're getting me results where other people promised results and never did. So you guys have been true to your word, and I appreciate you.
Oh man, we appreciate you as well. You've been an amazing client on that side. And also, I want to talk about one more thing just before we wrap this up. I know you got that one listing, but then you also have some other like opportunities kind of springing about. I know we had that one home. Where you remind me. I'm gonna mess up the place.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 that came in right when you turned them on, and all the information is legitimate. They're the owner of the home. Their situation is, one of them, they've had it as a long-term rental. It's been rented. Their tenant's moving out, I think, at the end of November. I really think I've got a good chance of getting that one as well. They're not as warm as the one I signed, but I think if I just do a little bit of follow-up, I think that one is a very realistic one. And then there's another one that's kind of similar. They're an older couple. Their home needs a lot of work, and they're trying to decide if they should sell it to an investor and just get out, or if they should work with someone like me who can help them fix it up and get more money. And I think they're weighing their options, but I still feel like I've got a good shot at that one too.
Nice. And what was the area that one of them came from, which was like a really nice area as well? I forgot.
We had one. It's just outside of the city where I live, but only like 2 miles outside, and that's a beautiful house up on a hillside with just an amazing view. That home is probably double my average price point. That home was probably worth $1.3 or $1.4 million, and they've been very receptive as well. So they're not 100% ready, quite yet, but they're going to be here in a little bit. And I know I'm in the running for that one too.
And that's the best thing. And there's 2 things there that I want to talk about. One is that now that you're in early, there's like there's a saying in the game, which is the first agent to be with this person has an 85% chance of closing them. So the fact that you're in early, you've got a head start. And 2, speaking on the double the price point, that is one of the best things about ads, which is so underrated, is the fact that you can literally just go ahead and increase your price point from, say, if you're working 500,000 to 100, 1 million, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, etc.
That would be a tremendous one. And again, that gets my foot in the door into a neighborhood where nobody knows me. But again, if I go in there and do a good job for them, and just picking up 1 or 2 more, or finding a buyer that wants to come into that neighborhood, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like dropping all these little seeds that are just about to grow and turn into a profit machine for you.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've been very, very happy so far.
Perfect. That's what I want to hear, and that's the main mission here. All right, so I'll wrap things up here. So everyone, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for Casey for letting me interview you. So if you're watching this right now, thank you. If you're watching this right now and you're interested in working together, or you have any questions about the program, then I want you to book a call right now. There should be a link in the description, or just above me or below me, or a calendar page. And you can schedule directly through that. On that call, we'll just have a deep dive on your specific situation, like a bit of like a custom game plan to see if this could work for you. Because, Casey's amazing example. The agent has to be great at doing what they do, and I know Casey's service is amazing. So if yours is anything similar to Casey's, you could be a fit. But Casey's just top tier. So, but yes, thank you, Casey. I appreciate you for jumping on, and we will talk soon.